Welcome to the Stately Tudor update. It has been a while around here, so we wanted to show you a few things we have been up to, and I wanted to show off my beautiful sunroom because I'm pretty proud of it, and Jamie did some awesome work in here. So, as you guys can see, we added this beautiful arch. This room actually used to be our old kitchen when we first moved in, and we moved it all the way across the house because this room was pretty small. So my idea in here was for this to be a sunroom slash kind of pool eating area. It's right off our back pool area, so I thought that this would be like a good just like snack spot, drink spot. So I had Jamie make this beautiful arch built in for me, which he thought was a little crazy at first, but he figured it out and it looks great. So I've been kind of styling that, and it's supposed to be functional, but it's kind of like too pretty to touch. So these things are like, you're supposed to just like grab a glass and use it, but I'm like, don't mess it up, but it's so pretty. So I'm working on that, still kind of figuring out all my little holes here. We had this countertop installed. Jamie put in these cabinets. Here is my bubble fridge. If you guys have been following along, you know that I originally wanted like a keg type bubble maker, but Jamie thought that was a little too insane. So we compromised, and I got this beautiful fridge that I keep fully stocked of all different LaCroix and different bubble water to make fancy drinks. So we wanted it to feel like a coffee shop in here, so we kind of did some funky tile work. We got our Nespresso, still kind of gathering all my little supplies, but it's really coming together. So this room is just super cheerful, really fun to be in, and we use it a lot. So some of my favorite pieces to pick out for this room have been the artwork. This is super fun. I found this on Society 6, I believe, and our pool is like right outside this window. It's all closed up now, which is a little sad. It's cold here. But then this is also like our coffee room, so I thought this was perfect. I loved like the greens that kind of matched my green tones coming in here with the little pops of like the reddish terracotta. So it's all coming together, but I've taken my time with like picking out art. Here's another one of my favorite pieces I've picked. This girl, this like Victorian girl with the blowing bubble, I thought she was super fun. This is actually hot glued to the tile, which maybe isn't super official, but I wasn't ready to commit to drilling a hole in the tile or asking Jamie to drill a hole in the tile yet. So I just hot glued it up there, and it's working like a champ, and then it'll peel right off if I ever decide to change it. But someday I might put a couple shelves here. So hot glue is a really good trick if you ever want to glue something to tile because it doesn't leave a mark. It comes off super easily, but it's also really strong. So I use hot glue kind of a lot around here. So Jamie also has to finish the trim work in here because we had to replace these sliders. We have a lot of outside work going on, totally changing up the outside of our house. We worked a lot in the backyard this summer, so we'll show you some of that. But for now, let's head to the laundry room. That's what we're working on now. This wall actually used to be about 2 feet that way, and Jamie moved it so that we could have a bigger laundry room slash mud room, which is where we come into our house. So let's check that out.
Before we get any further into the video, we wanted to talk about today's video sponsor, Cheetah Living.
As you guys can see, we got some beautiful new furniture in our house. This is the Audrey Bouclet curved sofa, and it is so gorgeous. I cannot wait to tell you about it. It feels incredibly quality. It's got this nice texture on it, and my favorite part is that it is kid and pet friendly, so it cleans up really nicely, and that is a must in this house. But what I don't like is having ugly furniture, so I still want my house to be luxurious and feel really high-end and just pretty, but you have to have furniture that cleans up well. So this really fits the bill.
Yeah, and we've had mail order furniture before, and I've been a little bit disappointed, but this actually far exceeded my expectations. It's extremely comfortable, it feels quality, just a really nice sofa. We also have our velvet swivel chairs we got from Cheetah, and they are awesome too. They complement each other super well in this space. The furniture actually has been tested, the fabric, and it's been approved and certified for high traffic use. So this thing is meant to be lived on and not just looked at.
I think that it's such a warm and inviting feel. Look at this awesome pillow it comes with.
It could also be used as a ball for your children to play with, so that's pretty cool.
It's super modern, but it still feels really just warm and cozy. So that is I love that about it. I love our green velvet swivel chairs. That's where I drink my coffee every morning.
Yeah, I feel like this couch would look really well in like a downtown warehouse style apartment, but also could look well in like a country style a farmhouse as well.
That's
so it
true.
It looks good no matter where you put it.
They also have free swatches available on their website, so if you're not sure what color you want or what material, I would definitely go check those out.
Yep, and what I love about this couch is that it's actually pretty deep. So the base cushion here is deep, so you can kind of lean back in it, and it actually is really cozy as well. It doesn't just look pretty. You can lounge and watch TV, put your feet up in it too. So
if you are looking for some beautiful new furniture for your home, I would definitely check out Cheetah Living. We will leave a link below and you can get 15% off using that code.
Let's get back into the video. So this wall was about here, and now it's about here, which is about 24 inches from the original spot it was. And that actually makes this room a lot bigger. So this is our laundry room. This is where our garage, where we come in from. And then the washer and dryer were right here. So by the time you have the washer and dryer in this room, you don't really have much space for coats or shoes or anything. So having this over, we're gonna actually put like a hall tree type thing here. So we can hang coats and have benches to put shoes and stuff in, and then still have enough room to walk between the washer and dryer. So really glad we decided to do that. It was a very big challenge though, because this is where the old kitchen was. So you had plumbing in this wall, electrical, and we actually had duct work too that we didn't know about. So there was a duct, so we had to hide the ducts inside this little corner piece here and box it in. So because it's a laundry room though, we don't really care too much about that. The door will be in front of it most of the time anyways. So, and it was totally worth being able to have the arch wall and also more space in here. All right, so I'm super happy with how this arch area turned out, especially because I completely designed it myself. So basically we have this wall that we moved over is a 2x6 construction. So it's a 6-inch little dip in there, a 6-inch shelf. So we basically have our framing here, and then I did a couple angled boards there. And then this is actually, the arch is a curved piece of paneling that I cut down to kind of bend in there perfectly, and it fits perfect. Then I got some curved drywall seam tape, and I was able to just mud it in, and it looks like it's always been there. So pretty cool. And then these shelves are actually screwed in from the back. So this tile is tiled onto plywood. So in the other room, we had to actually put sheets of plywood across the whole wall before we drywalled so that we could tile to it. So then these shelves are screwed in from the back, and they're extremely sturdy. They can hold a lot of weight. So it really just turned out great. I can say I am proud of myself. But yeah, so if you have watched our podcast, you know that we've had some serious issues around here with the outside of our house. Our most recent adventure has been bats. We had a bat infestation. When we first moved into this house, we had raccoons in our attic, and that's because the soffit and fascia are old wood that has rotted. So long story short, we are currently getting our whole house sided and a new roof put on it. So I'm going to take you outside and show you some of the exterior stuff we've been doing. It's been a lot, so let's go check it out. All right, so this is the outside of the house, and it doesn't look a whole lot different up front here yet, but we do have a new roof on here. So the roof part of the project has already been completed. We are changing up the color scheme a little bit. There was a lot of browns before, brown roof, brown trim. We're actually going to change that to more of a gray. So it's kind of hard to picture right now, but the roof has the more of the gray tones. And so I think it's going to look really good with the brick and just be really nice. So, but in the back is where we've actually done a lot of work replacing doors, and the siding project is sort of underway right now. So let's go check that out. Okay, so this is our upper deck here, and these are the two new sliders. We had issues with water coming in, and so since we are getting the house re-sided, we thought we'd put in these nicer sliders with the black trim. Everything you see that's brown, it's going to be on the window frames is going to be black, and then with like that gray accent we said. So it's going to look a little bit different, but I actually did have help with these. Shout out Corbin. Corbin did a lot of work over here and helped me with some of the outside stuff. But it's been kind of a rush because we're trying to get all this done before winter. If you look this way, this is our deck project we did this summer. We've showed it in some other videos, but basically everything from here down to the pool we rebuilt. So there was lots of wonky different levels of decking. Last year we did this patio project way down here, and then this year we did this upper deck here. So that's kind of coming to a close and looks really good, but that was one thing we did this spring that really made it a lot more fun and enjoyable back here this summer. And down here, this is actually the entrance to my office. It was an old slider door, but we decided to put French doors in because we eventually maybe want to turn this basement into an apartment because there's a little kitchenette and bathroom down there. This was quite the surprise. When we took this off, there was a ton of rotten wood. This whole beam was actually completely rotten from water coming down, going in behind the siding for a number of years. So, and that was actually the case in all the other doors too. Underneath them was totally rotten. And so that kind of just confirmed our decision to reside the whole house, kind of just start over. There's lots of just woodpecker holes and places for animals to get in. That was something we kind of knew when we bought the house, but didn't think we'd have to deal with so soon. So we sold the Airstream. If you watch our podcast, you would know that, but to pay for a lot of this, and we feel like that was a good decision. But let's go inside. We're actually going to be redoing the basement this winter, and Sarah is going to talk about those plans.
All right, so we have demoed out our entire basement. So took off all the paneling and pulled down the drop ceiling. And so now it's kind of a blank slate down here. The problem we have been having is that there are lots of these beams everywhere, and it's a little bit of a weird shape. So we were trying to figure out, okay, where would we put like a sectional and a couch, like a movie area, a play area, like trying to figure out those things. And so that's what we've been working on. But our daughter, Ruby, who's 5, said, why don't you just take out this door and put the TV on this wall and then the couch over here. And then, Daddy, why don't you just move the door somewhere else? And we were like, that's so smart. So that's exactly what we're doing. So I don't know how many 5-year-olds would be like, I got this, but she's into design and she gets it. So, and she's also seen her dad move a lot of doors and walls in her life. So we are going to be taking out this door per Ruby's advice, making this a flat wall. So then this will be kind of like a cove area. And then it still has a little bit of funkiness with these beams where you kind of come around the corner here. So we will be taking out that door and moving it to the other side of the wall because that's like our storage area. And then this hallway will be more of like toy area / kids running and playing. And then on the other side of the basement is where that apartment will be eventually. So that is kind of the basement plan. So as you can see, this house has been a labor of love for us. We are still working on it. We take breaks once in a while, but it's coming together and we're kind of almost finished, I think. But thanks for watching, and we will probably do another update when we're done with the things we just showed you. So thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.